Good.
Two girls, one struggle, pour it up, make it double, time to spill the tea. Tired of the dating scene, I'm just trying to find a bank. But the games they wanna play, only if it's rated R, maybe then I'll show my cards.
Hey y'all!
Hey.
Oh, boobies! Wait. You got the beige gang going on. That's pink or beige?
It's pink. It's like a mauve.
Okay, it's more. I'm gonna say, okay, let's find out if they're trying to match a little bit.
It's mauve.
What's up, y'all? Welcome to Two Girls One Struggle.
What it took to fix this hair, because guys, I started working in the office and I'm coming all the way from the Brooklyn Navy Yard, and it is a journey to get home. So, and it's raining outside. Yeah. All of this was curly, because you know that my hair was out. So all of that was curly. My edges was curly. Everything was curly. Not a wave, like a full on like curl, like I just washed my hair. Which was very annoying. So y'all don't know what it took for us to be here with you guys tonight. We told you guys that we're going live. Let me go post it right now.
Yes. Because don't even worry about the curls, because y'all gonna see.
Go live.
Yeah.
Now we live. Where y'all at? We have a viewer.
Hey.
Samara, can you put the link in the notes so I can share with
sure.
With YouTube so I can share?
This link is only if you want to go live with us, all right?
Oh, I wanted to share so that they could get to the link to watch. Can they do that?
I will have to take it from off of YouTube itself.
Oh, okay, I'll do it.
Okay. All right, guys. If we put a link down there, that's for y'all to tune in from there, but you know, ours is for them to go join us on the live.
Okay.
Yeah.
So guys, give me 5 seconds. We're live. So if for those of you who are not familiar, we used to do Tipsy Talk every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we would get on, we'll make cocktails, we'll be live, we'll communicate with the audience, etc.
That's what I'm doing now.
So we haven't done that. We decided to switch to YouTube. So here we are. Let me go grab the link and then we can get started. We're gonna just wait a few more minutes because I want to allow more people to come in, and then we'll jump into our conversation tonight.
Yes. Here's a disclosure. If you know, Nikki was talking about curly hair. If you see a little frizz, I know it's there. You don't have to tell me. Here's a disclosure. If you know, Nikki was talking about curly hair. If you see a little frizz, I know it's there. You don't have to tell me. I can hear it.
All right. It's playing back. It's playing back. So
yeah.
Whatever. They gonna come. They're gonna come. Anyway, let's get into the show.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me just make it real fast.
Sorry, you know we gotta have our drinks. I had to get mine together. Is she taking a selfie while we live?
No, I'm taking a picture so I can post to tell them that.
Oh, I'm like, look at her feeling herself.
I'm not taking selfie.
Feeling herself. Look, she got her hair straight. Is she feeling herself, y'all?
No, I'm trying to post to tell them go live with us. We just gonna wait probably like a minute or so more, 9-10. Yeah,
that's fine.
Say that again.
I said, what you sipping on?
I just made a real quick rum punch because that's all I got.
Like, guys, I just experimented with this, so we gonna see what it's hitting for. Okay. Well, let's hope it's good.
Mine, I just use coconut rum.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it sounded like a Henny rum punch. That's what it sounded like to me, like a Henny punch.
Yeah, kind of, just about.
Yeah,
with vodka. Well, instead of rum, vodka and Henny. Yeah. But it's hitting. It's hitting.
All right, y'all. So we are going to get. Oh, it's a lot of people live on Instagram. All right, we are going to get into our show for tonight. Let me pull up my questions. All right, so I've been having conversations with Samara and then also with other people as well, about how all right, so we already know it's difficult to date, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how difficult it is for men to show up in the way that we need them to show up. Like, I don't understand. And it's usually just like the simple things that we're asking for that we just can't get. And I don't understand. I don't get it. So my first question is, hey Chris,
Hey.
my first question is, why is it so difficult for men to initiate a date? Like, we don't want to fucking talk all day. We don't want to talk all day. Don't message me all day. Like, you're in my inbox 24/7, 365. Like, can we do something? So why is it difficult?
So Christopher says a lot of simple things. So put us on to what you think those simple things are. And I have 3 reasons that they can be acting this way. First one, they're not interested. Duh, right? Second one, they're intimidated. Okay. And third one is they ain't got no money. I mean, that's the only thing that's gonna make sense to me at this point.
He said it's the men that you're choosing.
That too.
I guess it's every single one of them. Because my thing is, how are we supposed to choose to know which one is going to take us on a date or not? Like, how are we supposed to decipher that from just like initial conversation until it gets to that point where you're like, okay, why is he not asking me on a date or whatever? But yet you want to talk to me, or like, again, all day, 24/7, 365. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, because if y'all watched our previous shows, y'all know I'm queen of asking a million questions. And that's one of my questions, like when I'm getting to know you, like, oh, when was your last date? And that's my leeway to like, okay, do you like going on dates? What type of dates?
Okay.
So, you get a little sense of like, okay, am I dealing with somebody that's going to be come to my house type of time?
Listen,
and, they act like they date. They texting you all fucking day, but then is no hangout. Like they're waiting for you to ask. And I don't mind asking, but you know that rule, whoever asks first, that's the one who's paying. And I'm not paying for the first date.
All right. So we said, do y'all initiate dates? I don't initiate dates because even though I don't believe in like traditional gender roles, mm-hmm. I do think that a man is still supposed to show up as the aggressor when he's trying to approach a female or in the relationship. Like, I feel like mm-hmm. I would want you to be like, I'm not going to say take control, but I'm looking for you to be that. Or else I'm the type of person I would like, I don't respect it, and I would probably like
be a little turned on.
I don't respect you like on that level, if that makes sense. I like alpha males because I feel like I'm an alpha female, so like I would want an alpha male.
Okay. So I'll initiate it by saying like when we hanging out, but not for me to take you out, not the first date. No.
Right.
Like I have no problem. Like if we talking too much and you acting like you like me, I'm like, okay, so when we chilling? Because now it's just like it's too much. It's too much. And we'll go from there. But I'm not gonna take a guy out on the first date unless like it literally kind of happened to be his birthday and we just met. So it's like maybe, I don't know, mm-hmm. but no, I don't even want to do that. But but I wouldn't have a problem too. Like if I happen to meet him and it's like his birthday or some shit coming up and it's like, okay, it's time for us to chill. Mm-hmm. I'm like, okay, you want to go out for your birthday? But yeah, like Nikki said, I feel like the man should initiate the first date. He should be assertive enough to be like, hey, I want to hang out with you and see you. Like, don't be afraid. Like, if we're talking every day, we're communicating, that means I'm interested. So you don't have to guess or think about it. You wasn't sure how I was feeling because we're having a conversation. I'm interested in you. We're going back and forth. That means I'm interested. Ain't that much boredom in the world.
Exactly. So Ernest said, I agree. If a man is truly interested, he would take the lead to initiate the date. And I agree. Somebody said like people just want to be pen pals. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's a lot of pen pal situations going on nowadays. A nigga will be in my inbox. First of all, I don't respond to everybody in my messages. Like I probably got like 30 inboxes right now. I'm not responding to none of y'all, right? And I feel like if I do decide to respond to you, it's for a reason, and then like, and now you just a clown. Like, what's the point?
Yeah. So I like that. Ernest was like, hang out is not a date. So that's how I'm initiating it, because I'm not asking a guy out on a date. So I'm like, when are we hanging out? And then when he says something, so I'm like, okay, so we're going on a date. And then, like, if I have to nudge you in the right direction, then I'm like, yo, when we hanging out? Or when you taking me out. But I kind of don't like the when you taking me out, because I feel like guys be thinking you want, their money. You want to go out with them so they can spend money on you, or you get a free drink, a meal. And that's not the case. So I try to choose my words wisely. But
So Christopher said, the thing is, we aren't in a relationship. It's a date. Don't get me wrong. I initiate dates, but people, men and women, have too many expectations from jump. This is the point when you're learning who the person is. So honestly, I don't go into a situation with expectations, and I feel like every situation is not the same. Every conversation is not the same. Every relationship is not the same. And whatever works for you, works for you. And like, I could be talking to one person and they're totally different from another person. I don't go into it like, oh, he has to do this. Oh, he has to do that. Yeah. And I always say, I feel like there's so many rules in dating, and like, where the fuck did these rules come from? Like, who made them up? So I don't go into with, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I don't go into the situation with expectations. The only like expectations I would say I have is for the conversation to go good. And if it's not going good, then it's going to go left, and then we good. That's okay.
Yeah. So that's what I was going to ask. Like, what do you mean expectations? Because I feel like sometimes men feel that our expectation, because we're saying like, you should take us out, the expectation is for you to, go spend your money or trick or do whatever. Like, there's no expectations but to go have some fun.
Hold on.
Y'all just made some. Well, he meant expectations.
Yeah, but I want to know what those expectations are.
Yeah, because I'm like, most women, they just want to go out and have a real female that's interested in dating you. Her expectation of that date is to enjoy herself, so there can be a date number 2, so y'all can get to know each other better, so it can go somewhere. So those are my expectations. So like Nikki said, to enjoy myself, to have a good conversation,
right?
Plus to make it to date 2. That's it. Like anything else, you're dating the wrong type of female.
Wait, so what's the expectations? Like, I want to know, what do we say? Like that we want to go on a date? That's the expectation. So then what's the point of dating? Like, what's the point of jumping to my inbox? If you're not interested to take it outside of the inbox. Why are you here? Yeah. What are you here for?
No pen pals.
Are you bored?
Are you bored? They have platforms. They
be going hard. They message you every morning, afternoon, the nighttime. Like,
you said the text is limited. Limited to what? Are you trying to curse or something?
Maybe what he's typing is too long.
Well, what's his name?
You trying to write textbook paragraphs. I mean, if you want, we can send the link and you could jump in and you could go live with us if you want to do that. For any of you that's in here watching right now. And it's funny because the people that was like, oh, y'all should go live, where they at?
Yeah. I'd be like, they're gonna be on Color Folks Time.
Where they at?
So the original question was, again, can you repeat it, Nikki?
Yes. So I said, why is it so difficult for men to initiate a date? Like, why is it? Oh, he said, I'm at work.
Oh, okay.
So the question was, why is it so difficult for men to initiate a date? Like, I don't understand. And I'm not even gonna lie. The conversations that I have been having have been so boring. Like, and I'm the type of person, I try to like say stupid shit just so I can entertain myself. And I feel like I shouldn't have to do that. Like, the conversations are so boring.
Yeah.
To the point, like you're talking to somebody, but it's not. I'm just passing time, basically.
That's one of the reasons why I just got off the dating site, the dating apps for now, like taking a break, because I'm like, forget it. It's not even worth it. It's not. Yeah. I'm like, I can just stay home bored and watch TV, because right now these conversations ain't doing what it's supposed to do. It's not hitting.
They not hitting. He said, I think too many women entertain those inbox convos way too long.
He's right.
I agree. Like I said, I don't. If I could show y'all right now the amount of inbox requests that I have, Like, it's ridiculous. Like, and these are just requests. Like, these are just requests. Like, wait, is it scrolling?
No.
Like, these are just requests. Okay. And then look, oh, there's more. Like, then I have hidden requests.
Oh no, I just delete those after a while.
Yeah, like there's so many. Like every day, like I'm like, get out my inbox. So it's like I'll entertain. I don't entertain all of them. Like I will entertain like one or two. But then, right, 4 days max if you are making plans. And I agree. And after a while, I just don't respond. I will leave you on scene. Because it's like, what's the point? Why are you here? You're probably looking at my pictures and you're like, oh, all right, let me slide in her and let me slide in her DMs. Let me say something. And that's why all of them messages is there. Now, if I look at your page and I'm feeling a little spicy in that moment, you looking like daddy, then
you can have a little convo. No, so I like that. The 4 day max.
Okay.
After 4 days, there's no real conversation of like, I want to link up soon. You want to do something? Then 4 days max. I like that.
4 days, yeah.
Just so you don't think that's too soon for a female to be like, okay, after 4 days, he asks when we hanging out. Because some people do want to take their time and they're like, I might need a week or two before I entertain chilling with somebody.
Was that a question for Chris?
No, I guess for you, him, for everybody.
I guess in 4 days, you could kind of tell if you could kind of see where the conversation is headed.
Yeah. And
we're going to talk about that. Hold on real fast. We're going to talk about that when I talk about our segment, the fucking no.
Yeah, shoot that shot.
Of course, I'm out of state, so there's that. I hate that dating has become what it is, but that on both parties you have to have a cap, right? I feel like, right, he's right, because then it gets to the point where it's hot in here.
Hey y'all, welcome.
No, we don't know who that is. That look a little fishy.
Because it went from 2 to 4. But yeah, I like that. Definitely we need to like set a cap. So I was kind of doing like a 2-week cap because you never know what somebody has going on. Y'all could be starting off slow. Could be like a really busy week, so y'all didn't get to talk as much as you want to. And now the week is coming up, so that could have been 5 days. Now the weekend's here. Y'all chat a little bit more. Like, okay, cool. So I was doing like a 2-week thing.
Okay.
And then I was like, okay, I'm good. Like, we just not gonna be talking about nothing all fucking day. And there's no
like seriously, they be like, good morning. All right, what's up? How was your day? It was good. Like,
y'all both sitting there saying how you bored and shit. And so you want to hang out? Like, nah.
And my thing is like, hey Zay.
Hey.
All right, so Chris said I do 2 weeks before actually planning a date. So damn, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, like all right. So here's my thing, right?
Sorry,
like I can hold the conversation, but then I feel like I don't want to carry the conversation. If I feel like I'm carrying the conversation, I'm not gonna put my all into it. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because like I could play, I could laugh, I could crack jokes, I could do everything. But if I feel like the energy is not reciprocated, then I feel like whatever.
The worst is the ones that, like you said, you carrying the conversation, so you asking all the questions and they just answering. And I'm like, so you don't have nothing to ask me?
Right.
Like nothing.
Men are so weird.
I'm like, I don't even like what's your favorite color, but ask that. Like, you don't got nothing to ask?
Sometimes I send it as a joke. I'd be like, so what's your favorite color?
I never ask. I don't ask until like, we've actually been dating. Now that I think about it, like we have to be dating for a while. And I'm like, oh, what's your favorite color? I don't even think to ask that. But I notice people say that a lot. Like people ask that question. I feel like guys more so have asked me my favorite color than me, like asking theirs. And that's probably because they don't know what to say.
Right. So I have a question for the guys that are in here, right? So Chris said, I want to know if she can hold a conversation. So what does holding a conversation look like? Like, I'm trying to see, like, how do you guys start a conversation when you're trying to talk to a female? Like, what kind of conversation are you looking for?
Good question. And I guess maybe we can answer that too while we're waiting for them to answer that.
Yeah. So how do you initiate the conversation?
How do I initiate conversation?
So, right. So, like, for example, if someone slides in your DMs and you find them attractive and you're like, oh, okay, I want to talk to him. Like, what kind of, what's your first, like, you know?
No, I'll give him a hey hun, one of those. But if he jumped in my DM, he got to start the conversation off. Like, let me know what you trying to do.
Right.
Like, don't jump. Okay. You got to start that off. I'm big on that. If you're trying to holler at me, then I expect you to go. Now I don't say it hard, but like a tad bit harder than I am. So you should be having conversation. You should be wanting to get to know me because you jumped in my shit. So
right.
I'm not saying I won't reciprocate the same, but I want to see you. You got to have like something to say.
Right. Okay.
Christopher said most men say she just wants a free meal. Women say we just want sex. My cap is 2 weeks. Once interacting together, we work on the rest of the chemistry.
Okay.
Wait, women say that men just want sex, but y'all do.
Right. So men is like, all right. And you know what's crazy? That's why we changed the branding on rated relationships, right? Because the dating war right now is crazy. Like the shit is wild. So it's like right now we're trying to focus. Hey, Ronathan. Right now we're trying to focus on like what? Someone help me out. You know what I'm trying to say?
Intentional dating and stuff
right,
like that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I was reading the comments.
Right. So right now we're trying to focus on intentional dating, so we could get past that point where it's just like, oh, men just want to fuck, and oh, women just want to go out to get a free meal. I feel like everybody is going into the conversation like almost like defensive a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like almost like what he want, as opposed to just going into it naturally. Yeah. And that's based on the shit that we went through in the past. It's crazy. Yep, it is crazy.
What did I say, Christopher, that you said damn? But he said that's when we start to feel the attraction is uneven. Oh, so I'm not saying you do the most, but if you jumped in my DM, why am I carrying the conversation if you're trying to holler at me? Right. Why I'm asking you all the questions when you jumped in my shit? So that's what I mean. Like, you got to have something to say. I can always talk. I talk too much. So there's always going to be something for me to say. But I need to know you have something to say besides, oh, you're beautiful or hey, sexy. Like, you got to say something else other than that. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
Dark skin.
Oh, yeah.
So Isaiah said, so he said, first Chris said Nashville dating scene is trash. What's trash about it? Isaiah said being able to speak about different topics, not feeling like the conversation is forced. I agree with that, because sometimes it's like, I don't know what else to say to you. You're not giving me nothing to work with.
I have a lot of forced conversations where it's just like I don't even want to get deep with you because I'm just like, I don't even know if I'm interested anymore because I have to keep finding shit for us to talk about. You one word and answers, but you want to keep texting me every day. Like, yeah.
I enjoy the conversations that like it literally just flows naturally. I remember what's his name? I was about to say something for you to know who I'm talking about. But let me say Seafood.
Okay.
Okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah. I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. So for example, he slid in my DMs, right? And he was sending me voice notes, but it was funny because it just naturally, we were sending voice notes back and forth, and the shit was hilarious. Like, we were sending voice notes back and forth for hours. And this is a person that, like, I didn't even know. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know him. And we just was sending voice notes, and it was funny. I had went to do my hair the next day, and he was like, oh, like, I live around here, whatever. And then we met up, and then it was cool. And I was like, oh, that's crazy. Because you don't have that connection with people all the time. Who's Seafood? I'm not saying names.
No, I'm just joking. Yeah.
Oh, so Chris said that's how you start the conversation, though, talking about intentional dating. So, like, if you start a conversation, do you think, like, talking about intentional dating, do you think that a person is going to be a little bit like, damn, like, that's too much too soon?
Yeah, I was about to say, how does that conversation start off? Like, what are you looking for? Or like, do y'all even? I don't have a problem with that question. I know some people say they don't like that. What are you looking for? But I feel like, especially if you're online dating, some people on there just to play games and hook up and all this other crap. So I feel like I kind of want to know, what are you on here for? What what are you looking for before we even start trying to have a conversation?
Right.
If you're just, you're looking for a friend, or you're looking for a friends with benefits situation, I know that's not what I'm looking for, so we can just stop talking now. Like, I don't want to, people like, you never know what happens. Like, I get those people like, I'm just trying to see what's up. You never know what happens. Like,
so I had a guy, I was talking to him. I met him on Hinge. I was talking to him one day. He said his number. I was like, all right, whatever, because I was talking to him for a little bit. So we was texting, and it was like whatever. But then he was like, I was going to sleep, and he was like, something like wet dreams. I was like, sir. I said, don't do that. I was like, don't do that. I was
what was that supposed to mean?
Like wet dreams, meaning like, you know what a wet dream is?
No, yeah, I'm saying, but he was just saying it just randomly.
No, because I was going to bed. So I was like, I'm about to go to sleep now. And he was like, okay, wet dreams. And he was like, oh, I mean, have a good night. Like, sir, you ain't never talk spicy. I don't want to talk spicy to you. Calm down.
That's corny. How old are you?
Calm down. After that, I was turned off. I was like completely turned off.
Not the wet dreams.
I was like, sir, what are you talking about?
Yeah, that's
so I want to get to the next question, right?
Okay.
So a lot of women, I don't know why my eye is itching. A lot of women I know aren't complicated, right? And they just appreciate the simple things, the normal little things. So my thing is like, so for me, I like flowers, right? I always buy flowers every single week. Like, where's my roses at? Like I buy fresh flowers like every week. Like, why is it so difficult for men to buy females flowers? Like, no, seriously, I don't understand that.
Because chivalry must be bad to them.
About flowers, but I don't understand. Like, why can't I get flowers because I want the flowers? I remember I told a guy, I really like flowers. Everybody know, again, I buy flowers every single week, either Saturday or Sunday. And the nigga brought me a fucking plant. I was like,
he probably like this, this flower won't die as easy.
He was like, oh, plants last. Sir, I'm gonna kill the fucking plant. The plant is gonna die.
You so stupid.
It died. Yeah.
Christopher said he'll send you some flowers all the way from Nashville. All right now, Christopher.
All right. Listen,
that's how you shoot your shot now, y'all.
I'm gonna send it, and I want some good flowers too. Some good flowers.
It's okay.
It's okay. We'll see you later.
Dad, you were saying something about flowers. I was about to say, so I went on a date this summer, and the guy, I met up with, he had flowers, and like you said, guys don't even do that anymore. So although it was super sweet, I also felt like a little weird, which is so sad, because it's just like, oh shit, I got flowers. Like, I wasn't even expecting this. Like, this is different, because like guys don't even do this anymore. So just like, like, it looks like, is this a prom anniversary? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the only reason why guys come and give you flowers. And this was just a first date, and it was super sweet. But I felt for a second a little weird, like sweet but weird. Like, oh shit, like now I got these flowers, and like people like, is this the anniversary or something?
Right.
Because it's not common for men to just do that.
Right.
Out of just, hey, I was thinking about you. Here you go. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying, fellas. Women still like flowers unless she tells you she does not like flowers. She likes flowers.
Yo, just don't get me them. Oh my God.
I like lilies. FYI.
I told him that again. I tell him I like flowers. He brought me back, and I guess maybe I gotta be specific, but he brought me back like
I'm like, I'm sorry.
Flowers.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna leave it alone.
He bought me flowers, like the flowers that they dye.
Oh.
And it'd be like blue, orange, purple, pink. Nigga, get that? Get them shits the fuck out of here. So am I being ungrateful? Is that being ungrateful?
A little bit. Just a tad bit. Because you said you want flowers, and it's like, he probably don't know nothing about flowers, so he probably just thought they looked nice because it was colorful.
I feel like put some effort in.
But because he's an older guy, he's older, they should know, like, put a little thought into it.
How you know he's an older guy? How you know who I'm talking about?
Because you damn near 75, so I'm like, yeah, I'm a little older.
Well, my pussy is 12.
I mean, that is okay, Kelly,
All right, you right.
No, so I'm saying he knows better to, like, do a little research because he is older, like, put some thought into it. But at the same time, it's a tad bit ungrateful because he did bring some flowers. Like you said, flowers, you weren't specific. Sometimes with men, you have to be specific with them.
You know why? Right. Because it felt on the corner of my block, there's a little flower guy out there. So I feel like that's right here real fast. And out of all of the flowers, you chose those. Again,
true. But he probably thought they looked nice. Like, remember, guys' taste depends on a little bit different. He probably was like, "Oh, colorful, she might like it." So that's what I had a guy bring me them same flowers, and I was looking like, I know you got them at the corner. Like, you just picked these up on your way here. Like, then it was like, I guess the thought does that count, right? It's the thought that counts.
Right. All right. So the times I've gotten flowers is when the guy's fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
So you remember what's his name?
Yeah.
We was arguing. We never argued like that before. And like, we was like arguing. And like, it was very intense. And it was not supposed to be that intense because anyway, it wasn't supposed to be that intense. But it was very intense. He came to my house like in the middle of the day. It probably was like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock. Cause I feel like he knew that he fucked up. So he was like, damn, I got to do something. Right. So the nigga comes with 2 sets of tulips, and they were so gorgeous that they was like, I think it was like purple.
So they were nice.
No, they were pretty, of course. Okay. I love tulips. Like, they were pretty. That's one of the flowers that I buy. I regularly buy. Only that once they open, they die super fast. So anyway, I like tulips. He bought me 2 sets of tulips, and I was like, okay, that's nice, cool. But I'm like, you only brought me those tulips because we in a situation right now. Because you ain't never bring me flowers no other time, and we fucking with each other for like 5 years.
Yeah.
I ain't get flowers no other time. So why you bringing flowers today?
Yeah.
I put it in the fridge because I can't throw flowers away. I cannot do it, and my heart and soul cannot just fresh flowers.
Not the heart and soul.
So I put them in the fridge and I let them die. And then once they got like limp, I threw them away. Yeah, because I feel like I don't want to have that sitting there.
That's funny. I have something similar to that, but this was like an ex. We broke up. But he would always buy me flowers for every occasion, a promotion or this or that. Like, so it was sweet. So everybody, and he'll always send it to my job because he was one of those cocky dudes. Like, yeah, I want them to see you got flowers and shit. So he always sent like 2 dozen of roses. And I tell people all the time, I love lilies. I mean, roses are cute too, but if you're going to give me some flowers, I love lilies. I'll take roses, but if you're my man, get me some fucking lilies. You're my man. You know what I like. You know when I got my lilies? When we broke up. He said, we broke up like 2 weeks before my birthday. So my birthday, he sent me some flowers for my birthday. It was a beautiful bouquet. They weren't just like the regular white ones. Like, they were arms. They had the they were like,
okay.
Do it over.
It's good.
Yeah, then I got the cutest bouquet ever. How about it look puffy?
When y'all broke up. I mean, it's puffy, but it looks fine.
No, I mean, your picture.
It's not like,
it looked fine here. The picture, it looked like it was like.
It's not like, oh my God, you need to go brush your hair. You're fine.
Hey, sis.
She said, yes, here, see, it's giving.
But yeah, and that bouquet was like every fucking thing. Like, it was so fucking gorgeous. Like, for a second, I was just like, maybe, he didn't mean everything he did all these years. Nah. Like, it was bomb. But it took us to break up for me to get lilies. And I mean, he sent me flowers all the time. He always sent me roses, just never fucking lilies until we broke up. And it's just like, that's weird. Like, men are just weird. We love y'all, but y'all weird.
They are very weird. I'm sorry, I got distracted by somebody looking good on Instagram.
What's his name?
Huh?
You shooting your shot? You jumping in that DM with the intentional dating conversation?
I've been there, done that. Maybe like sucked it, fucked it, swallowed it.
Yeah, I can't copy.
So all right. So then I had another situation where like it got physical with a guy. And the same one that I said the nigga brought me a fucking plant. We wasn't talking. He was supposed to come get his shit. And one day he rang my bell and was like coming upstairs. So I'm thinking he coming to get his stuff. And then nigga handed me a dozen red roses. And I was like, and left. And
I'm like, creepy.
And then he left. And I was just like, sir, I don't want those. So again, at that time I didn't put them in the fridge because I really didn't give a fuck. I put them on the table. I let them get crunchy. He came.
No water?
No, I laid them on the table exactly how they was. I just rested them there. Waited until they died and dried out. And then I dumped them in the garbage just like that. Face down, ass up.
Hey, y'all.
And he was like, so he came to really get his stuff, and they was on the table, and he was like, wow, you ain't even put them in water? Nope.
Look, that's exactly how you do it. Shit, I'm like, F you.
Nope, I did not.
F you and your flowers.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know why like that is such something that's so difficult. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh, so another thing on flowers, I had a guy that was just like buying me flowers all the time. I was like, and they wasn't even cute flowers.
Look, y'all, she sound a little ungrateful now, right?
I just felt like, I don't want you. You know, y'all ever seen that meme? And it was like, I don't want you to buy me flowers.
Because I told you.
Because I'm telling you, I want you to buy the flowers because you're like, oh, okay, I see these. I think these are beautiful. Like, let me get them for her. Not just because I say I like flowers every single time. You're gonna bring flowers. Like, and I think, you know what it is? I think because I didn't like him like that. I might be gonna lie. He was short, and I was just like, I can't get with it. His breath was a little.
Because he was short. Y'all see, because Nikki be coming for me when I be talking about height. Now he was too short.
He was short, and it didn't. It's okay, but it was just like the breath was taut. He was like whiny like a girl. I didn't like that. I don't like whiny men. I don't like whiny men. Like you, man, the fuck up. I can't do the whiny.
The breath was taut, and he was whiny. He was
whiny. Like he wanted to be in my house all day. The niggas always want to be in my house. Like I'm like, is this a fucking Airbnb?
I don't have that problem. You can't.
You don't have that problem because you live with a kid, with your son.
No, because I let them know. But I can have company. My son, he fucking grown.
Yeah, but you're not gonna have dudes.
But even sorry. No, go ahead. Sorry. Oh no. So I just don't want, because like I said, I don't want anybody to feel comfortable. Like I've been in situations. I used to have him come over when he was sleeping. When he go to sleep late. You know, I can tell him all my business. Nah, but I either have them come over when he sleep, or I'll just send him away on the weekend. That sounds really bad, but not like that.
Wow.
Y'all know what I mean. Like, let him go to a family member house or whatever. So, I can have my adult time on the weekends. So that wasn't the case. It's just they didn't know when to go. Like, I don't like to be in my space and, somebody's just chilling there and you don't want to kick somebody out your house because you don't want to seem rude. Right. And I was in that predicament like one too many times. Not a lot, but just enough for me to be like, I don't want to do that. So unless I know either I'm going to invite you over really, really late and tell you ahead of time, like, I got to do something next day. Like, I just be doing the most sometimes. But, like, I'll set up scenario situations so you're not staying longer than a certain period of time. And because I've been in situations where, dude come over and now I'm like, okay, when he leaving and he's mad comfortable, he enjoying himself. And I'm like, it's time for you to go. And I'm like, I'm feeling afraid in my own house to tell you to go. So I was like, nah. So now
I never want to
stay in my house is not an option unless like we dating like that.
Like, I don't want to be mean, if that makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, that's not even an option. If we're not dating like that, I don't invite men over. At all. Yeah. It's uncomfortable for me. It gets uncomfortable. Especially if I don't know if I like you like that yet. So now you just here. Especially you come over and what if you boring as hell and now I'm stuck with you for a couple of hours. Like, nah.
Oh, hey, Cakes. We like...
Hey, y'all.
Oh.
Hey, boo.
Hey, honey buns.
So, yeah. So that's why I don't do it.
So, ladies,
I mean, when the child helps, that's usually a good excuse. People are like, how old is your son? Like, you can't have company. I'm like, you know, I don't want him to see different men coming in and out. They be like, bitch. I know they be like, bitch. But that's a good excuse.
We are talking about the difficulties of men initiating things and doing the simple things that women appreciate. Because a lot of women that I know, we are not complicated. We don't ask for the most. We are not high maintenance females. And maybe we need to be high maintenance females in order to get the shit that we want. Oh, you want to talk to me? Cash at me.
I swear to God, I had that thought the other day.
Cash at me.
I definitely had that thought the other day. I was like, maybe I'm not assertive enough. Maybe I'm not gold diggerish. Yes, I made that up. Enough. Because I'm like, the chicks that are doing that shit, them guys are showing up. They're doing what they're supposed to do. But I feel like I don't want to ask to tell you what to do because then it's not genuine. You know what I'm saying? It's not intentional, the word of the night. You know what I'm saying?
You want to try it?
Huh?
You want to try?
I be wanting to. I'm not even gonna. I be wanting to. Fuck that shit. But it feels so weird for me to be like, do this or give me that. Like it really feels. It feels so awkward and weird for me to do it. Else I would have been done it. I was raised to do it. So I definitely would have done
complicated.
It. Oh, he's trying to say women that well, we're talking about grown, mature women that know what they want, that are dating intentionally. They're not complicated. We just kind of want consistency, someone that can has good conversation, someone that actually is looking for the same thing you're looking for, someone that's going to show up and do what they say that they're going to do when they say they're going to do it. That's it. I don't think that's a lot to ask for. A
lot of mercy.
And someone that believes in initiating first dates and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that wants to get to know you outside of the phone. Like and outside of his house or yours.
And you know what? So I kind of think it's my fault. And I'm gonna take some responsibility in men like not taking me out or like, you know what I'm saying? Like us going out a lot. Because I used to pride myself on being a girl that was like, in life, just period, whether it's with friends or whatever, outside of business, because business shit, I can get a little intense, right? But just in like regular life, I try to pride myself on being like chill, go with the flow. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like not trying to let too much things, like it's not that serious. And a lot of people that know me, like my friends that have known me from like 20 years, 30 years, I'm exaggerating, not 30, maybe 25 years. 25 years. I would say that I used to if you ask them, I'd be like, I don't care. They'd be like, you don't care about nothing. I'd be like, I don't care. Like that was literally my thing. I don't care. And they would get so tight. Like I'm like, I don't care. That was the emoji, the shrugging emoji. That been me all my life.
That was you? That's what you used to describe you?
Right, I'm just saying. if I had to use an emoji to describe me, it would be like that. And I realized not caring or not or going with the flow and being so laxy daisy, that was my problem because it was allowing people to like walk over me or take advantage of me and like, you know, because I'm just like, all right, whatever, I don't care. Like, okay. Like I had a guy that was ringing my bell, like we was fucking with each other, but it's like, why are you ringing my bell? You don't know if I got another nigga over here. You're not my man.
Yeah.
And I didn't think nothing of it until I had a nigga coming over and I was like, what if he ring the bell while he over here?
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh, okay, like you gotta stop doing that. But like you get what I'm saying? Because I wasn't really like seriously dating anybody, I didn't think nothing of it, but it was kind of like you're overstepping boundaries. And I think it's important that we set those boundaries, whether that's a male or female. We should set boundaries when we're dating. because then people gonna do whatever the fuck they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
That was bold. What was bold?
Oh, him popping up, I guess.
Ringing the bell. That shit was bold as fuck.
Always.
And he's like, me.
That would have took me the hell out.
I'm telling you.
I hate the me. Like, who is this? Nobody.
It was very bold, but then, like I said,
did you answer the bell? You know when somebody ring your bell and you don't even want them to. You don't even answer the bell, mad aggressive. Who?
Listen.
But did you answer it mad aggressive when he said me?
Right.
Because that me would have took me to a whole nother place. Like, don't me my bell. Say your name.
Yeah. And at first, like I said, I didn't think nothing of it because my mindset was always like, all right, whatever. I don't really care. I'm over here by myself anyway. Like at this moment. So I'm like, it doesn't matter, whatever. But then I realized, like, no, nigga, like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
My mother don't even ring my bell. You better call me before you come over here because I'm gonna be looking at you through I'm going keep the latch closed and I'm gonna be like, why are you here? Slip the money under the door and then that will grant you access.
Yeah.
My mother be cracking up. I'm like, slip the money under the door.
I can't. What else we got on?
Yeah, so like this conversation is about like just the simple things that females ask for that it seems like it's difficult for us to get from the men that either we're talking to or dating or want to get to know. Like it's simple, literally like simple, basic things.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy to me. So men chime in. Why don't y'all buy females flowers? Why are y'all not initiating dates? Like what's going on with that?
Why y'all don't show up the way y'all supposed to? Like, what's the point of entertaining a female if you not trying to go further? Like, if your intentions is just something sexual and you're not stating that in the beginning, so now you're prolonging whatever y'all doing, what's the point of doing that if you're not going to show up, if you're not going to initiate some type of physical contact that's not sexual? That's beyond, you know, like, what's the point? And so when we saw the show, I say it has to be 3 reasons. 1, he's either just not that interested in you. 2, he's insecure. 3, he doesn't have any money. Because I'm like, it's not making sense. And those are the scenarios I'm coming up with, but I'm not a guy. So correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay, so this is the last question, and then we're gonna get into our other topics. We don't want to be on here too long. So consistency.
Mm-hmm.
So they show interest. Y'all get past the DMs. Y'all get past the dating apps, right? Now y'all in communication. Y'all done seen each other. Y'all done chilled a couple of times, right? Where the fuck is the consistency? Where's the consistency? Like you said that you fuck with me, so why you not fucking with me the way that you're supposed to be fucking with me? You have a problem? Is everything okay? Like that shit is annoying.
I try to figure it out the past couple of years. I mission to figure that out, and I just gave up. I'm gonna take it as if you're not showing up, if you're not consistent, you're not interested, because that's just what it means. And then like we've been doing this dating relationship journey for a minute now, so we follow different people.
I'm not gonna say a minute. You're not gonna say a minute for me.
A minute now, and
2020 from 2020. I'm gonna say 2020.
That's 2 years is a long time. Shit. It feels long over here. I don't know about you. But
no, I agree.
I'm just like we follow like the male inspirational speakers and all that stuff. And just even speaking to male friends, and they're like, if a guy wants you, you're gonna know. You're not gonna be questioning it, you're not gonna be doubtful. He's gonna show up. He's just gonna show up. And I was like, you know what? I have to believe it, because let's be real, how Nikki just showed people her DMs. I have people in my DMs. I have people that text my phone. I have male friends that just waiting for you to give them that one chance. And they show up and you're not even dating them. They're consistent. They're there. Right. You know what I'm saying? They're hitting you up knowing that you don't want them, but they don't care. So you talking to this one person that you're giving your attention to that's telling you that they want you, but they're not doing anything to show it to you, then that means you're really not that interested. And I feel like we need to take that cue, because I felt like I was one of those females that was just ignoring all the signs that he's just not into me, telling myself he is because he kept saying he is, but he wasn't showing me he was. So
what's that old school saying? Actions speak louder than words. But I say the actions have to align with the words.
Exactly.
Because you can have action and they doing the most, and then they like, oh well, I said I ain't want a relationship.
Yeah.
Or
so if I was like,
or they could say I want a relationship and they not doing nothing to get you guys towards the relationship.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be actions and it has to be words at the same time.
Yeah.
You have one without the other. Because you could talk a lot of shit. I had a guy, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. You got so much fucking plans. You planned out. You done filled up a fucking plan book for the past 3 years.
Ain't even followed through. See, I had that situation too. A guy, we started off like we just chilling, we cool. But you couldn't tell me I was not his girlfriend. I don't care. Because he was treating me like wifey until it was time like, who's this in your phone? Remember, we just chilling. Excuse me? I don't met your whole family. We don't do this. We don't went here. You done spent this. We just friends still. Like, so yeah, like Nikki said, they have to align. Your action and your words definitely have to align because, you know, some dudes will show you and tell you something different, and some of them will tell you and show you nothing. So I'm gonna need you to do both.
I need both.
Both.
I'm gonna need both. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less.
Both.
All right, guys. So sorry.
Nah.
Yeah, the hair just got my mouth. All right, so this is a section, this is a portion of our show, and it's called The Fuck He Said. Like,
okay.
Sure. So this is basically like abnormal shit that niggas be texting us, and we're like, yo, are you crazy or you crazy?
Is you dumb?
Is you stupid or you dumb? Which one is it?
Hey y'all, what's up?
Thanks for joining, guys. So I had a guy in my inbox on Instagram, one of the guys, and I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead. I'm gonna talk to him. All right, he seemed cool. And I was like, oh, you know, I'm starting a new job. What you smiling at over there?
Oh no, I don't listen to you. That's why.
I'm like, oh, you know, I'm starting a new job. Blah blah blah. Whatever. So he was like,
why are you laughing?
So he was like,
how you laughing before you tell the story?
Yo,
those people.
Okay. So he was like, oh, let me know when you start and let me know what positions they got open. Mm-hmm. And I was like,
wait, what? Run that back?
Right. I was like, yo, like we literally was like
wanted to hook up before y'all hooked up?
Consistently, I would say maybe for like a week. And you talk about hook you up with a job?
Wait, so how long were y'all talking?
Not should I go to the messages? I'm gonna tell you exact. I'm gonna read.
He was like, she got money. You like an executive.
I'm gonna read exactly what it said.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to touch my hair.
So he said,
right.
So basically I was talking about how I used to work from home, blah, blah, blah. And now like, you know, in the office. So I was like, you know, I gotta take my laptop to work, whatever. I'm annoyed. And he was like, all right, well, once you start and hear of any openings, let me know. I said, what type of openings? He was like,
what?
He was like, jobs. I was like, clearly I know you talk about job, but I just want to see. He goes, it doesn't matter. Whatever I can get with a GED that pays good.
Wait.
I like my job, but I'm over it. I said, that's not how it works. I said, what qualifications do you have? Like,
no. Let's pump the brakes. So we need a little bit of details. How long have you been talking to him? Did you know if he was employed or not?
So he has a job. He basically was like, he don't like his job.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So January 23rd.
And y'all, wait. And how long were y'all talking for?
January 23rd.
January 23rd. So, okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess he was serious about being
January 23rd. And this was on. Damn, how do you see? This was on.
That's crazy.
That was on January 23rd.
I'm like, it's different. It's different.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. I would have been turned off.
I was very turned off. He said, that's Nunu, right, Ed? Like,
immediately. That was on my baby's birthday. But yeah, I would have been
like, yo, so I'm gonna continue to read the conversation. So I put, the emoji with the wrinkly mouth, like, sir, what? I was like, that's not how it works. Like, what's your qualifications? Like, what's your employment background? You think I'm gonna just be like,
you was asking those questions? He ain't getting those questions from me.
He said, I don't care. I wasn't, first of all,
I know you were just entertaining that. Nikki was liking the play.
It wasn't the entertaining. It was like, you have the audacity because you only like, what's your quality? That's why I was like, it doesn't work like that. I was like, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. He said, yeah, that's true, but I didn't have experience for what I'm doing now, but I got in. I was like, it doesn't matter. I said, yeah, but the companies I work for aren't like that. They're mostly like startups, smaller companies where like you'll need some like experience. He was like, I'll figure it out once you let me know. I was like, there's no positions. Get the fuck out of here.
Wait, so did you stop talking to him, or like how did the conversation go after that?
All right. He was like, all right, anyway, and then like continued on.
I mean, how would y'all feel?
We didn't really talk
in the comments below. You just you just met somebody.
I was turned off. I was like, no, I was turned off. I'm like, these hood niggas. Yeah. That's that hood shit. I don't want no hood nigga. I don't want a hood nigga. Like,
I wouldn't even say that's something hood. I don't
know, because I've had that conversation with people before. And it's always a hood guy that's like, because I think they don't understand the concept of like, where do you think that I work that you think I could just be like, oh, these are the positions. None of my companies is like you get what I'm saying, like that, where they're gonna be like, oh, okay, he don't got no experience.
Yeah, like, it was through text.
It's weird. No, this was on Instagram. This was IG. This was DMs.
So I'm like, yeah, I don't like it.
I mean, I like it.
Especially if I don't know you. Like, so don't get me wrong. It's nothing wrong with hooking somebody up with a job, helping them get a job or whatever. But if I'm just getting to know you and I know nothing about you, in our couple of interactions, you're asking me for work already, it just feels weird. It's going to feel weird to me. I'm going to, like I said, I'm not here to judge. I'm not the richest person around. I'm going to feel like you a little, I'm not even going to say it on here. It just wouldn't work for me. It wouldn't work for me. It would have felt very uncomfortable.
He said maybe that was his way of trying to holler or joke around. We were already in conversation. That was not a joke. He was dead ass. He was very serious. He was very serious.
He's not a joke. Because you can't understand it, right? Like I said, we was dealing with each other if you was my friend, but I'm not gonna ask a stranger I don't know unless you was telling me like, yo, my job is hiring, and then I'm like, oh, well, they got something, hook me up.
No, but my thing is, it doesn't work that way because you don't even know where I work. Like, you get what I'm saying?
No, yeah, that's what I said. Unless you was telling him like, yo, my job is hiring, and then he could be like, oh, hook me up. You just volunteering yourself to a position.
Right, like.
And I just started at that. Like, I don't even got my foot in the door.
And you know what nothing is? You don't know where I work. You don't know what the fuck I do. I could work on fucking Hunk Point, sucking dick. Yes, they hiring. Show up.
I'd be like, just make sure you wash your booty.
Exercise your jaws before you get there.
Do your jaw exercises.
He would have been tight. Like, you get what I'm saying? You don't know where I work at.
Yo, I'm trying to drink, but that was funny. I'm stupid. Wash your booty.
How you laughing at yourself? But like,
because you're like, you don't even know if I'm sucking dick. So I'm like, man.
Yeah, because you don't know what I'm doing, and you talk about hook me up. It could. I feel like if he would have been like, oh, like, where do you work? Whatever, like, you don't care, and that's why I said.
And there was no LOLs behind it. Like, oh, okay, when you get in there.
That's why I said I think that.
Hey y'all, welcome.
I think that's his. That's why I said that's that ghetto shit. But that's just me.
I don't want to call it. I don't want to use the P word.
It's good. I'm sorry.
No ghetto. Yes, I wouldn't say hood. I just think that's ghetto. I think that's ghetto. He's just like.
I think that is ignorant. That's what I think.
I can't think of the correct word.
Because like if somebody is looking for a job, if somebody I know, say for example, I'm looking for a job, I'm gonna be like, hey, like where do you work, and what kind of positions do they have available? That's my question. I'm not gonna say, oh, like plug me in.
Or even like, hey, if you come across anything, I'm looking for X, Y, and Z. But I'm still not gonna ask somebody I just met unless they was telling me there's opening somewhere. You know what I'm saying? That's weird. Like I'm gonna look at you like you poor, you don't got no money, like you homeless, you jobless. Like I'm not gonna lie, that's how I'm gonna feel, and I don't want to talk to that.
You talk about hood, but now you calling them poor and homeless.
So that's why I said I didn't want to say it, but that's how I was gonna come off if we only been talking for 2 weeks and you telling me to get you a job. I'm gonna feel very weird. Like we trying to get to know each other. I just told you know what I'm saying. Like, excuse me. Like, so now what you got going on for yourself? Like, where you said you live again? Who you live with again? What you do for a living? Like, now I need to know those questions.
All right, so we are going to get into the advice section. All right, so this is a female that wrote in. And so this is for our love advice section, which is called Love Me, Love Me Not. She said, I've been dating a guy. He's super cool, but I'm a little bit leery about the situation. He's 53. And while he's dated a lot, he's never been in like a serious committed relationship. Should I be wary of that? Should I have my guards up? Or should I just have an open mind? 50, never been in a serious relationship.
Put your guards up. Guards up. Guards up.
Why?
Because of 50, you experience life. I would have hoped you've experienced love. Some form of commitment besides work, or if you have any children or your family. So I'm getting afraid of commitment. I'm getting maybe plays games. I'm getting red flaggish. So it's at 53.
I really say, yep, that's a red flag.
Had one. I mean, even if it was just one. Well, one sounds depending on how long it was. At least one serious relationship. So they're like, are you afraid of commitment? You know what I'm saying? Or is something wrong with you? Because I don't like it. I don't like it.
I'll be like, sis, we gonna say
it's not for me.
It sounds red flaggish, but every situation is different. All that I can say is make sure that you are asking the appropriate questions and make sure that you're following your intuitions. Your sister and bestie said, sis said red flag on the play, and Ebony said, damn, 53, yeah, that's a red flag for me. So I would just say, like, follow your intuition, and when it comes to these situations, follow your intuition. That's like the only thing that you can do, because we can say what we would do from the outside looking in, but when we get in that situation, it can be totally different.
Yeah.
So follow your intuition. It sounded red flaggish to us, but that's us. No, seriously, follow your intuition.
No, you're right. Follow your intuition and ask questions. Ask all the questions.
It's possible that you could be the one.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's always somebody for somebody. There's always someone for somebody. But ask all the questions. Like, why? The first question, like, if a guy I met a guy, we vibe, and I'm like, oh, you ever been in love? Or when was your last serious relationship? And he's like, oh, I haven't really had any real serious relationships. And I'm like, why? What happened?
Yeah, right.
I've actually briefly talked to someone and said they've never been in love. And I'm like, but we're in our 30s, you've dated, you have several children, so you're just having a lot of unprotected sex. Like, what are you doing that you've never been in love before? Like, that's weird to me. And it was just like, yeah, like they were cool, but I liked them a lot, but I didn't. And I'm like, do you know what love is? So now it's like, do you know what love is? Like, ask the questions, because you don't want to just judge off the rip. Like, everything is going to sound suspect. I mean, I don't know what's a good reason for someone never being in love or never having a serious relationship.
It's
I don't know.
weird. It's just weird.
Unless you've been in jail all that time, so you didn't have time to really date anyone, and that would be a little scary because what did you do to give you that much time? But have a conversation with that person and have your guard up and let them know what you're looking for off the rip. Set your intentions, ask them what's theirs, and what will make you different since they haven't found or been serious with anybody. Because it sounds like you could be wasting your time. But we don't want to judge a dude. He's 53 now. He could have grown up. They said women mature a lot faster than men. Could have took him 53 years. We don't know.
3.5.
We don't
know. All right, y'all. So we haven't done this before. Usually I do the horoscopes, but like I said, I started a new job. So it's a little, I gotta get my groove back, right? Back. So we are going to play Rated R the game. So this is from our new and improved deck. Stay tuned for that. We still working out some things on the back end, but in the interim, make sure that you guys go click the link in our bio, and we are coming out with, we have out right now a CBD infused intimacy serum that can be used for self-pleasure. It can be used with your partner. It can be used as a massage oil. It can be used as a lubricant. It just can't. The only thing that it can't be used with is with the latex condoms.
If you use it as a lubricant, yeah.
Say that again?
No, so if you use it as a lubricant, then yeah, latex.
Right. Condom. So just don't use it with a latex condom. But other than that, it's amazing. It smells like chocolate covered oranges. The smell is very subtle. It's sexy. It's available.
It's nice and light.
Nice and light. It's available for Valentine's Day. And it's a Valentine's Day special, the way that we're packaging it, the visuals and everything like that. And it's going to come with a blindfold. So you get to choose from a blindfold that says
customized.
That says love me, eat me, slippery when wet, or I forgot the last one.
I'm like, if you click on the link, you'll see the options.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now.
It's some fun saying.
So, it's love me. Oh, love me. Take me, eat me, and slippery when wet.
Yeah.
So it's super dope. If you haven't already, it's only $30 a bottle. It's gonna be super dope. Again, it's a CBD infused intimacy serum. You can't get hot from it. When people ask me that, I'm like, you can't get hot from it. Anyway,
it's gonna feel good. It's gonna smell good.
I've used it for a while for masturbation, and it's amazing. Anyway,
you heard it here live.
We are going to ask some questions from our new deck that is, we're working out the kinks. Right?
And if y'all want, y'all can answer in the comments. We can see them. If y'all answer it, we'll read them. We'll post them up.
I'm gonna put the question here. Can we pin questions here?
Yeah.
Post it, right? Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna type it here.
Okay.
Right now, what would you say are the difficulties in dating?
Consistency. The difficulties in dating is actually meeting someone that's I guess serious about dating, or in knowing how to choose the right person, knowing when to walk away from someone. And yeah, I would say that, I guess.
Okay.
Those are my difficulties, I guess.
So for me, I would say the difficulties in dating is definitely like the consistency and also the conversation. I haven't had conversations that have been enticing to me that makes me want to continue the conversation. So it's just like, all right, I'm doing this. I'm responding because I'm a little bit bored. But it's not anything that's like making me feel like I want to continue on, like to eventually get to the point of really dating you. Okay. So that's what I would say is one of the difficulties of getting to the very, very beginning stages of dating. All right. So next question.
Y'all can drop your responses down below. We'll read them. We'll share them if you want.
Should a woman, I'm going to type it. Should a woman have a baby if their partner doesn't want it? Should a woman have a baby if her partner doesn't want her to have a baby?
So, for this one, I feel like yes and no. My reason for saying yes.
Mm-hmm. Pick one answer.
I can say yes or no. Because I'm gonna be fair. I can say yes or no. I'm saying yes because y'all are two grown adults. We're engaging in adult activity, so you know what comes out of that, a child. So if she decides she wants to keep it, even if you don't want it, like you knew this was a possibility beforehand. So who are you to tell her no? Then I would say no, because as a single mother, raising a child on your own with no help can be difficult. I've done well. I've had a support system, but not everybody does. And you don't want to bring another child up without, a 2-parent household, not even a 2-parent household, without both parents. Right. It's unfair to the child. And it's unfair to have, and sometimes it can be unfair to have a child with somebody that really doesn't know you, like you, depending on what your situation was. And now you having a baby by someone that you probably wasn't even in a relationship with. Y'all weren't even dating serious, and now they're stuck having a kid with you. I feel like if y'all both kind of don't agree with it, then why do it? Right. But at the same time, it's your choice. So like I said, you're grown. So when two grown people do grown shit that know that can result in a child, deal with the consequences.
Right.
So that's what I said.
Ebony said absolutely, but don't expect help from him. And I totally agree with that. You got to believe people when they say what they say. I
want to say don't expect help.
Well, all right. So the reason why I would agree with that, because if somebody's telling you I don't want kids, this is something that I'm not signing up for, and I really don't want to have anything to do with that, and you decide that you want to have a kid, you can't. You may want it, right? You may want him to show up, but you can't expect him to show up because he already told you ahead of time this is not what I want. So that's why I agree with what she just said. What were you gonna say?
Oh no, so I was saying so that's when I say I feel like it's that she can do what she wants to, because y'all both knew this could be a possibility. I don't care how engaged y'all were in that moment. I don't care how drunk you were. We all know, because we've all been there. We've all had a situation or a session where we probably didn't put that condom on because we were just taking that chance. You gonna pull out, you promise? One of the stupid shit, or he's talking about he pulls out or he can't have kids. It's a whole bunch of stories and shit. So, but you still know what your chances are because you're not being protected. So now that you wanted to engage in this, knowing that we should have took the precautions that we needed to avoid this happening, now you don't want a baby, but you weren't thinking about that baby before you put that inside me. So it's that's what says yes and no, because it's wrong to have a child.
You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of the saying, damn, I just lost it. It was oh my God, it was so good. It's so sad.
No, so like I said, I agree, but I don't agree. Don't say don't expect him to help, because I feel like y'all both knew what y'all were doing. So that's why I said don't have the child, because if he really doesn't want it, you don't want to have a baby by somebody that doesn't want the child.
I remember now.
Yeah.
So that goes down to when the woman is oh, why doesn't he break up with me? Why doesn't he break up with me?
Well, explain that.
No, hold on. I don't mean to call y'all a bitch, but it's hey O'Neal, why doesn't he break up with me? But you're the female that's sitting there putting up with the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So why don't you walk away? So if you know that there's a possibility that you could get pregnant and the man don't want no kids, why you not telling him to put a condom on?
True, but why is he not putting?
Why you not telling him?
But then I could. Like I said, I'm not agreing with this. I'm not gonna have.
I know.
Yeah. So I'm disclaimer for those of y'all in here. I'm even though I was ended up being a single parent, he wanted his son. My situation is a little bit different, but you don't want kids, but you're not doing anything to prevent you from having kids. Why is it on her? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can tell you to put a condom on.
You have to allow him to fuck you. You have to allow him to.
See, no. See, that's when you're wrong. It's his penis, though. So listen. I can get on birth control. I want a kid. Let's say I want it. I don't have a problem having a kid. You don't want one. So if I'm not on birth control and you're not putting a condom on, what do you think is going to happen? So you can't say it's her fault only. It's his fault too, because he really don't want it.
Going back to what I was saying, why isn't she making sure that he puts a condom on?
But I'm saying, if she doesn't care if she has a baby, it's not going to be her job to make sure he puts one on. He's the one that doesn't want the kid.
It can't be his responsibility. Like, she can't then have expectations if she's allowing him to come fuck her and nut in her, and he's telling her, this is not what I want. If this is not what I want, but you still allowing him to do things to have that baby, and he's telling you, no, I don't want this, then I feel like that's your responsibility, because you're allowing him to do that. I know people that get pregnant off of pre-cum. If you're getting pregnant off of pre-cum, and I know people that had 1 million abortions, you keep having these abortions, but why are you not putting a condom on? That's gonna lie to me in the female's hands. If you don't want to have a baby, or if you know, like, all right, like you saying, I'm gonna go.
I feel like it's both parties. Like, you can't, in those situations, you can't just blame one person. Is my thing. Especially
no. So I'm not saying that the blame is on either or. What I'm trying to say, I'm going back to Ebony's statement about the expectations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that you can have expectations for a person that is telling you that they don't want a thing. The same way how we was talking about the relationship earlier, right? Relationships earlier, right? If a guy, and how like the words and the actions have to align, right? Yeah. If you fucking with somebody and they telling you, I do not want a relationship, no matter how many dates they go on with you, no matter how many times they spent the night, if they are straight up telling you, I do not want to be in a relationship, and you're sitting there and you're like, oh, okay, well, he's doing XYZ, so that means that, okay, now he may want to be serious. He told you he don't want that. So now if you showing up with these expectations that, oh, okay, well, he's doing XYZ, so I feel like, okay, we moving in a direction, and then he comes and he hits you in the face with, oh, but I told you I ain't want a relationship. To me, from my point of view, from my perspective, I feel like it's kind of like the same thing. But that's just me.
No. So those scenarios are the same thing. But I'm saying, in this case, I can't be like, I don't want this, but then I'm doing stuff for it to happen. You know what I'm saying? So I guess we can just narrow it down to, like, yeah, if you fucking with somebody and you know they telling you they don't, for females and males, you dealing with somebody and they telling you they don't want a kid, or you know you don't want a kid, then you need to do what you're supposed to do, because there's no guarantees that they're going to respect your wishes. And for a female, if a guy's saying he don't want any kids but he don't want to wear a condom, then you shouldn't want to have sex with him. And vice versa. If you somehow you don't want any kids and she's not trying to get on birth control and you don't want to wear a condom, then y'all shouldn't be having sex with each other.
It goes both ways. I agree.
But so that's why my answer was yes and no, because I'm like, technically, y'all both knew what y'all were doing and what can result in not being protected. But I would not want to have a child by a man that does not want a kid with me, because I know, like Nikki, like Keish was saying, got a Keish, like Ebony was saying, I can sit up there and end up being a single parent because you told me this is not what you want to do. This is not what you want to do. So, yeah.
So Ebony said, okay, question. Take celebs that get tricked and shorty poked holes in it and she pregnant. Should he still have to pay? Nope.
Yeah. I mean, if she poke holes and stuff, then no. But then it's like, that's your child. Like, it's hard because I love kids. Like, I feel for all kinds of kids that need help. So I'm always like, just be there though. You know what I'm saying? But it is fucked up. I think it's fucked up. I feel sorry for men that get trapped that way. Women get trapped too, but I feel sorry for men that get trapped. Yeah, I do. My heart goes out to men that get trapped by gold digging holes and then bringing babies into the world just because they want a couple of coins. I do feel sorry for y'all.
So O'Neill said both male and female should always agree to have a kid. If you don't want a kid, wear protection.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna close it out with this. All right, let me unstar this one. All right, so which is the hardest for you to say? I love you. Hey, Carlins. Y'all got your whole government on here. Okay.
Because those are people that never really use it. So you know what I'm saying? Because mine was like that, so I had to change it.
So which is the hardest for you to say and why? I love you. I need help. I apologize, or I was wrong. Guys, hold on. Answer. I want all of y'all that's in here, the 6 people that's in here right now. I want to see you guys answer the question. So, which is the hardest for you to say and why? Or you could just say, what's the hardest for you to say? You don't have to elaborate. 1, I love you. 2, I need help. 3, I apologize. And 4, I was wrong. Let us know.
So, Taylor, you don't call him out. Yeah, mine is I need help. Oh, boo, reasoning because she Leo. Yeah, I'm just used to doing everything on my own. So, and I'm like, even if I need help, I'm gonna find a way to help myself. So it just feels weird to act like we was talking about earlier. Like we was like, oh, maybe we should get into the gold digging phase. Like do this and give us that and do this to see if that shit work. It feels weird for me to ask for anything from anyone. It doesn't matter who you are, how much you love me, how much I know you support me. We could be the best of friends. You know what I'm saying? You could know all my dirty secrets. It feels weird for me to ask anybody to do anything for me. So that's very hard for me. I can apologize. You gotta prove that I was wrong and all that. Nah, but yeah, I need help is hard. What about you? Oh gosh, Leo's sit down.
So the I need help is not difficult for me because I'll only ask certain people for help, which is my immediate family. So like, and I only ask if it's gonna cut, if it's like a dire need or situation. Is mommy, daddy, and then very, very last resort is my brother. But first is my mother. and if I already milked my mom, then the next is my father because he needs some of the weight too.
Maybe like
so that's why like it's not hard for me to ask for help, but it's gonna take, it has to be like a dire need.
Okay. What's hard for you? Let me see what she's about to say. Yo. Go ahead, say it.
Between 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's a 50. It's a 50.
Look, I already do it. Sushi, pause.
It's a 50-50.
So we got a lot of I need helps.
All right, so I would say I'm gonna say 4 because I feel like I can apologize. I don't have a problem with that. If I'm like, oh shit, bitch, you fucked up. Like I apologize. So I'm gonna say 4.
Yeah, okay. Ernest said, I love you. Which is
it opens up vulnerability. That's true.
I feel like for I'm not gonna say not for women either. I know a lot of men though. That's a vulnerable word, a vulnerable saying for them to say. So
because it's like I can understand that because it's like we've had this conversation before on Tipsy Talk. You tell a person I love you, and you're opening up yourself to be disappointed and for that feeling to not be reciprocated. Mm-hmm. Right? So it was like you tell a person I love you, and we're gonna read your answer. So it was like you tell a person I love you, and you
say yeah,
and then you have to live with the fact that they may not say that back to you. And you just put all your cards on the table. And they imagine they just like your shit.
Yeah. Listen.
Look, and it's not a heart, it's the thumbs up. Imagine.
I told y'all, and it sounds bad. I don't think my future husband's in here, but he might be watching. I kind of like for my man to say it first because of that reason. But I'm not afraid to say it back if I feel it.
Yeah, I guess my thing is like
the weird thing is I can tell my friends and my family and my nieces and my son on them I love them with ease. Like if I meet you and we vibe good and we become friends or whatever, I can tell you I love you with no problem. Mm-hmm. It's like being in love with the opposite sex because that's what I'm into. To express it first, not knowing where y'all stand with each other, then like they said, then yeah, it could be a vulnerable thing. But it's still harder for me to say I need help. I probably could say I love you before I can say I need help. And that's even, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So I dealt with a guy, and I've had guys tell me it, and I didn't feel that way. And I've said it, and like the person said it back, but it was like I can understand that like anxiety of you saying that and you like bitch, because I sent it and I was like, what is he gonna say? Like,
yeah.
you know, like you a little bit nervous.
I get that. Listen, you ever start talking to? Well, let me read TC's comment first, and then we can get into ours.
What she said was, "I need help because I'm independent and I hate depending on people." The same thing she said.
We got you here, Rob. We said it. Nah. So even the I miss yous, like I said, I can say I love you easier than I can say I need help. But even like you telling somebody I miss you first, and I've like had like I feel like if I say I miss you,
I can say I miss you.
No, yeah, I can say it too, but like even if I don't get it back, I really be feeling some type of way. Like, don't hit me with awe and stuff because I know I'll be awing people when I don't want to say it back. So if I don't get I miss you back, I'd be like, see, I shouldn't never.
Yeah, but you can't force them. You can't force somebody.
I can't say it back. Nah,
because then that's fake. So Ebony said, yeah, but if I say I love you and he doesn't say it back, that wouldn't change how I feel. If I feel it, I feel it. If he don't, then it is what it is. And I agree.
Yeah, I'm sensitive, so
I mean, don't get me wrong. I will feel.
I'm gonna read all into it,
but I can't.
I
can't because people fall in love at different times. Like I said,
yeah,
I've had guys say it to me, and I didn't feel that way. So I feel like it would be wrong if they'd be like, "Oh, I love you," and I'd be like, "I love you too," and I don't, because then that's you're lying, and then like they may want to take the shit to the next level, and then you be like, "Oh my god." Now you want to pull that shit the fuck back.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of us
I've been in those situations.
A lot of us, like, we ask for communication. We ask for people to be open, and we ask for people to be honest. And you have to allow them to be open. You have to allow them to communicate, and you have to allow them to be honest, whether that's going to be in your favor or it's not going to be.
Yeah. No, agreed.
And you may be sitting there crying your tears out. I mean, your eyes out, because I've been there, right, in certain situations. But it's still like they gotta be true to themselves, and you gotta be true to yourself.
Of course.
Well, I wouldn't say it's hard. Why would you say it's harder?
Why would it be harder for men? I think it's harder for women. Shit.
Like, I don't understand.
I feel like men say it first a lot. I don't know. Well, like I said, I can only speak off of my experiences. So I've always had like everybody I dealt with say it first. So I don't know. And they said it with ease. I've had them say it really fast. I don't know if they really meant it in that moment. It could have been lust in that moment and then grew into love. But yeah, I don't agree with that. Sounds biased to us. Well, to me.
All right, y'all. So we over our time.
Yes.
So thank you guys for going live with us. Before we go, we're gonna give y'all a couple of minutes to let us know if you enjoyed this live. Would you like us to do this on a more like consistent basis? Are you guys gonna really like tap in? Talk to us, because if this is something that you guys like, then maybe we could do it maybe every other week or something like that. Because we want to make sure that y'all are happy. Share the shit with your friends. Stop playing with us.
Wait. Sorry, nigga, to go. Before y'all leave, if y'all not following and subscribe to the page already, make sure you do so now. Oh, okay. Because like I see one person here already. I'm like, tap in.
No. You gotta say the whole spiel. I forgot what I was saying.
I'm sorry.
If you have any like advice or anything that you need, any stories that you have, any topics that you want to submit, make sure that you guys send that over to us. You could DM us. We have an email at tphsocial at gmail.com. And like Samara said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your motherfucking friends. Consistency, please. I hang out with a 1-year-old all day. I need adult interaction. All right, Eb, we got you. So maybe every other week.
She booking busy. Oh yeah, every other week we could do that.
Maybe every other week, every 2 weeks. I don't think that's too bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, make sure y'all. I want y'all to send over your comments. We want y'all to go live. We want y'all to go live with us so we can have this conversation back and forth for all the people there. All right? Like, comment, subscribe, share with your motherfucking. You know how your mother used to like, sit the fuck there.
I'm like, guys, also, if y'all love us and y'all think we look cute tonight, go over to Apple Podcasts and Spotify and subscribe there too.
All right? Yes.
We on there as well. Under 2 Girls, 1 Struggle. Support your girls. It's free. It takes 2 seconds. All right?
2 seconds. Spotify, Apple.
2 seconds.
What is it you said in your video? What's the shit you said in your video?
Oh, listen to us while you're going to work, on your way to school, coming home from work, picking up your baby Zaddy, picking up his kids, going to bed, cooking dinner, making breakfast.
All right, all right, doop.
No, I'm just joking. Now, we appreciate y'all so much. I hope you have a great night. I hope y'all enjoyed tonight's show. Give us feedback. Make sure you're following, and we'll see y'all in 2 weeks? 2 weeks?
2 weeks.
Let us know.
Peace.
You have a great
love,
night.
Happiness.
All right, we're gonna close y'all out with something dope. I'm like, una momento.
2 girls, 1 struggle, pour it up, make it double. Time to spill the tea. Tired of the dating scene. I'm just trying to find a bank. Cause the games they wanna play, only if it's rated R. Maybe then I'll show my cards.